All right, thank you guys. We once again improved to 4-0 in our last four daily best play tier package picks yesterday on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, that's a website that I operate that gives you premium daily sports picks beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. It's also going to improve our record to 6-1 straight up in our last seven in that same category. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. But before we get into some more of that, let's go ahead and take a look at some Nicaraguan Liga Primera soccer action. We're going to start with Diriangin squaring off with Juventus Managua, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. Diriangin's minus 245 on the money line, totals 2.5, draws plus 315. If you like Juventus in an upset, they're the $5.75 underdog. There's also goal line action on this game as well. Juventus is minus 135 catching the goal on the goal line. Diriangin's plus 105 laying the goal themselves. And speaking of Diriangin, they've only lost in 2 out of their last 9 matchups, with marquee wins over the likes of Real Madrid's Chinandega and Walter Ferretti during that stretch. Diriangin's still tied with Real Estelí for second place in the division. 10-3 with 5 draws on the season, 35 total points. Diriangin is really playing superbly on the defensive side of things as well, giving up just 1 goal in their last 4 outings. They've actually given up just 11 goals all season in 18 total games, which actually ranks first in Liga Primera in that category. Juventus, on the other side, they've been victorious in just 3 out of their last 9, including shutout losses to the likes of Ocotal, Chinandega, and Jalapa during that stretch. Offensively, Juventus scored just 3 goals in their last 4 outings and just 7 goals in their last 9. Currently, Juventus sits tied for 6th place in Liga Primera with a record of just 4-7 with 6 ties. They're currently 17 points behind Diriangin in the standings. Now, total-wise, Juventus' last 4 games all stayed under the total of 2.5 goals. Meanwhile, 2 out of Diriangin's last 3 also stayed under that number as well. I'm going to lean toward Diriangin minus 1, getting the job done for some goal line cash and the under 2.5 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Wednesday's Liga Primera Nicaraguan soccer action. Happy hump day to you. Hopefully you're having a great week. The weekend is right around the corner. Now, before we go ahead and move on with the program, I just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again we're currently 4-0 in our last 4 daily best play tier membership plays on that website. We're also 6-1 straight up in our last 7 daily best plays, same category as well. Very good package for us right now. We do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We also have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Currently, we have well over 675 members signed up and active on that page. Now, you might be wondering, why would all those folks sign up to receive Patreon picks where they can get them right here for free on YouTube? And that's certainly a great point. It's certainly a great concern as well. But there is a big problem with me handicapping every single game that's on the board, side and total. And the problem is this. If you were to bet every single game that's on the board that I put out here on YouTube, side and total, you're certainly guaranteeing yourself failure. And I know that sounds crazy, but just hear me out. If you're going to go ahead and bet every single game that's on the slate with your hard-earned money, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. And as a matter of fact, it's a recipe for disaster. The books are way too smart. They're way too sharp. They have a whole lot more money than you and I do combined to be able to absorb that kind of action. And most important, the math. It becomes aggressively against you the more and more games you play like that. So if you're going to bet every single game that I give out, the math is egregiously against you. So what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game that's on the slate, side, and total. And the good news is this. If you want to go ahead and check out my current Patreon record, you can actually go ahead and do that for free right now. It's located right on the homepage. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. I'll also include a link in the comment section below as well. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and handicap our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Deportivo Water Ferretti taking on Art Municipal Jalapa, 9 p.m. Eastern start time. Ferretti's the $2.40 favorite, totals at 3 flat, draws plus 340. And if you like Jalapa in an upset, they're currently plus 550 on the money line and minus 130 catching the goal on the goal line. And speaking of Jalapa, they haven't won a game in their last 5 straight. They've also been victorious in just 2 out of their last 8 as well. Shutout losses to the likes of Chinandega and Real Madrid during that span. Jalapa is currently in 5th place in Clausura, just 6-7 on the season with 5 draws. They're currently 7 points behind Walter Ferretti in those standings. Jalapa's given up 8 total goals in their last 2 matches, while offensively they scored just twice in their last 5. Ferretti, on the other side, has won 4 out of their last 5, with their lone loss coming at the hands of first place Managua FC in the final minutes of the match, just 1-0 in that contest. Now, Ferretti's held their opponents to just 3 total goals in their last 7 matches and posted a record of 5-2 straight up during that span. Ferretti's 9-6 on the season with 3 draws. They're just 5 points behind Diriangin and Real Estelí for second place in the division. Ferretti's also given up just 18 total goals on the season in 18 outings. Now, total-wise, just 1 out of Ferretti's last 6 games actually got over the total of 3 goals combined. Meanwhile, just 1 out of Jalapa's last 9 got over that number as well. Looks like a pretty decent spot for underbettors here. Give me Walter Ferretti -1, getting the job done for some goal line cash, and the under 3 goals in that contest. All right, guys, real quick, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we're 4-0 in our last 4 daily best plays. Shout out to Sareshta Gupta, Joseph Moylan, Brandon Saunders, Bill McMahon, Tanner Ivey, Kyle McGrath, Ryan Mast, Jesus Karakamunda. Also got to give shout out to Edward Kelly, Goodnight Munchie, CJ Spiller, Ravi RK, Chi Yenyu, Naeem Kuch Kozer, Mike Willoughby, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man Stephen Lewis. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Hump Day to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.